Welcome to Trip Bohemia. I am Ishuka, and today in this video we are going to talk about a very important concept of real analysis, an important test for series, that is Leibniz test. So before we move to the test, let's talk about some important expansions that I want you to learn by heart and take a look at them every day. Just write them down on a short piece of paper, stick it to your table or the wall and somewhere so that you can just recall them every day and they are on your tips. So there are some of the important expansions, that of exponential, e raised to the minus x. So I'm just giving you a hint. You should know all the related expansions. If I've written here over sine hyperbolic x, so you should know the expansion of cos hyperbolic x as well and tan hyperbolic x as well. So these three are the important trivial ones. Sin x, it is x minus x cube by 3 factorial. You can see these are all basically series. So instead of just remembering the whole thing, you can remember the nth term of the series as well. For example, this can be written as summation x raised to power n minus 1. So you can remember the nth term of the series this way, or you can remember the first few terms of the expansion as you find it easy. So if I am telling you the formula of sin x, you have to find yourself that of cos x and tan x, they are relatable, and learn them. Then for log 1 plus x raised to power minus 1, that is 1 upon x plus 1. And there will be a similar formula for 1 upon 1 plus x whole square, and you should also learn this one. And then tan inverse x, and if I am giving you a formula for tan inverse x, you have to go for sin inverse x and cos inverse x by yourself. So these are some formulas along with a little homework for you. Note them down on a paper and learn them. Let's move to the main topic, that is Leibniz test. So the definition clearly says if we have an alternating series. So clearly this test is for an alternating series. If we have an alternating series that is with alternative signs, then two conditions must hold. Then we can clearly apply Leibniz test and say that this converges. And what are these two conditions? First, this should be monotonically decreasing sequence. If you remove the sign of series, we know that the nth term forms a sequence. So this nth term should form a monotonically decreasing sequence. That is, if we are talking about u1, then u2 should be greater than should be less than u1. u2 is less than u1, which is less than u3, and so on. And this forms a monotonically decreasing series. It should be monotonically decreasing first, and second part is that the limit n tends to infinity of the nth term should be 0. So if these two conditions are satisfied, then we can clearly say that this alternating series converges. I'll try to repeat myself because when we are talking about alternating series, we often consider this sign while considering these two conditions. You should remember that when you are checking and applying Leibniz test, you have to ignore this sign for some time and just check if only un is decreasing and un goes to 0 when applied the limit n tends to infinity. Alright, so it's a very simple test. All you have to see if it's monotonic decreasing and the limit, and then you're done. You can say it's convergent. Let's see with some of helpful examples. Let's look at these examples. So our first example, we know this part is un is 1 by n. First we have to check two conditions. This is monotonically decreasing, first condition holds. Second condition is that limit un n tends to infinity should be 0. Let's see if it's 0. Limit n tends to infinity, 1 upon n is clearly 0. So two conditions hold. Therefore by Leibniz test, this alternating series is convergent. Clear? Let's move to the second example. So by second example, this is also an alternating series. If we ignore minus 1 raised to power n, the value of un becomes n upon n into log n, 1 upon n into log n. Now we have to check two things. First, it should be decreasing. Second, it should have limit 0. Clearly we see that both of the things are satisfied. This is an increasing, n log n is an increasing sequence, and if we take in denominator, it becomes decreasing. So that is clear, it's decreasing. and limit n tends to infinity, 1 upon n log n is again 0. So both the conditions hold, therefore this is also convergent. Now let's move to our third example. Can you see that un is same, but this is not an alternating series. So if it's not an alternating series, we cannot use Leibniz test. And for your information, this kind of series is divergent. There is a formula n log n that we derived in the previous video, n from 2 to infinity and raised by p. So this series is convergent only when p is greater than 1. In all other cases it is divergent, and clearly we can see here p is equal to 1, and we said that it is divergent when p is less than or equal to 1, divergent, p is greater than 1, convergent. So this is clearly divergent, but we cannot apply Leibniz test over here. That is why I specially mentioned, and you can also compare. If we don't have an alternating sign in this series, it becomes divergent, and if we have it, it becomes convergent. So this is also possible, that sometimes a series that is not otherwise convergent may become convergent when we alternate its sign. So it's interesting. You can find many more such examples. I have a list, but it's better that we keep the video short, because you know why, you will not see big videos. This is it for today. I hope the Leibniz test is clear to you. Let's move to new test for alternating series in the next video. It was lovely having you over here. Thanks for watching, and we'll share more content and more information in the next video. Till then, take care. Trip Bhoimai signing off.